I'm Cubeoid, and this is my ChromatiCraft tutorial, episode 2. This one's still on Worldgen. I'm just covering some stuff I left off from last episode because the thing was already about an hour long. So what I'm going to be covering this one is mostly going to be structures that spawn in the world. And just some extra stuff like the bees, the artifacts, this thing. Yep. And I'll explain something I figured out about the lexicon. So you got your fragments in your lexicon, and let's say you drop the thing into lava. Now, getting more info fragments isn't going to be able to get you those back. So what you're going to want to do, if you've lost some info fragments that you have previously unlocked, then you want to go into your book, you want to go over to this recovery section here, and you want to click on it, and you can see this. Clicking on these will just it'll actually put the fragments back in your book. So if you've unlocked fragments and you haven't put the fragment in your book, it will be over here in the recovery section. And I believe you can even search for things in this bar down here. So if you've lost fragments, that's how you get them back. And that's probably very useful. Okay, so before I start covering structures, flower. So what progressions do we have so far? We have the damaging discharge. We got tangible energy. We don't have any of those. We don't have that. We have ethereal luma. We have magical forests. We have energy beacons. And that's about it. And by having those, it has unlocked us some things, such as we are now able to see the Radiance Bush and the Aura Bloom. And the Aura Bloom will give you these Aura Dusts. They're useful. You need them to craft things. I'll start getting into actually crafting things next episode. And this Transmissive Dust you get from this Radiance Bush. The Aura Blooms, they just kind of, I don't know, are there any? Oh yeah, see there's one there. The Aura Blooms are just kind of around. They can be carried around using shears. You can pick them up, but they can't be put into a ball lightning. They cannot be put into a grinder, so it's best to use a fortune pickaxe on them. But they're everywhere. Same with the Radiance Bushes. You can see the ones with the pickaxe above cannot. Would you stop making sounds? The ones with the pickaxe above, the ones with the pickaxe above them cannot be put in the grinder, and you should probably use a fortune pickaxe. And the ones with the grinder above them cannot be. The fortune pickaxe doesn't have an effect, but the grinder does. So that's that. And we can also see this Energized Rock. So again, this wall is full of ores. You just can't see them yet. And this, when broken, it gives you, where is it? It gives you a thing. I forget what it is. It gives you stuff. That's all you need to know. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the structure. So I have some info fragments in my inventory, so as I go progressing through the tutorial and I unlock progressions, I can see, and you guys can see, what kind of stuff gets unlocked. Okay, so, and the fragments we have so far, so we got just these, and onto structures. So there are many structures in the world, like pylons are the main ones you're going to find. There's also things such as that is an ancient data node. I have not been able to find one, but I'll talk about that later. But you can also come across these structures. So there's 4 different types of structures. There's the crystal burrow, the crystal shrine, the desert temple, or not the desert temple, the desert burrow, and then there's the ocean temple. And you can also find these you can't see it yet. I need to get into range so it will show me it. There's these, the warp nexuses. You can find them in the sky. There used to be one around here, but I accidentally broke it. I will show to be able to use them, you have to have a specific tool, which I will show in the next episode, which is episode 3. Right now, I'm just going to cover the structures. So this is the burrow. I have spawned this in. I will actually first I should show you how to spawn in these pylons, such as you want to play around with them in creative mode. And again, you have to find all 16 different colors of them. I will, again, next episode I will show you how to do that, because getting close to them, they will kill you. So how to spawn a pylon in. So find yourself a flat area. You know what? I'll just do it over here. Over here. I filled this area in. So what you want to do is you're going to want to take your crystal pylon, and you want to take any block. You want to build up 8 blocks from the ground. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then you want to turn on debug mode. So debug test, enter, and it says debug mode enabled. Then place your crystal pylon you got out of your ChromatiCraft inventory, place it on the ground. There you go. So when in debug mode, placing the crystal pylon down, it will cause it to it'll spawn the structure around it. That's not how you get the structures though, the other structures. And then if you want to change the type of it, grab this elemental manipulator. I'll show how to craft this thing. This thing can be crafted in survival. To go into debug mode, you have to have cheats on. So this is a creative only thing, not the elemental manipulator. That's survival. This thing up here, the circle, I'll explain that next episode. But you want to come over here. Sorry if it's a bit loud, but you want to come over here and you want to right click on the crystal pylon. And by doing that, you can cycle through all of the types. Okay. And then, yep, so that's that. Okay, so, and then if you want to spawn these things in, you need to use a similar command to the ChromatiCraft command. I'll turn debug mode off. Just do debug test again, and then it turns it off. Having it on can cause issues because certain things, certain things do different things when debug test is on. So now what you want to do to spawn a structure in, you want to go /ChromaStruct, and then you want to put the type of structure in. So if you want the burrow, you want to put in burrow, and then you need to choose the color of it because the burrows can spawn in any crystal color. So let's just put red in. And there it is. And then so the names are, this is to get it, type in burrow for that one, type in shrine for this one. Or is it shrine or is it cavern? Actually, I think this one's cavern, this one is desert, and that one's ocean type. Yeah. And then you can see it just spawns it in. But they don't actually work like normal structures. So I'm going to show you the inside now. So I believe I have a pre-spawned one over here. Aha, here. So normally they spawn kind of flush with the ground. That kind of grass part there is meant to spawn flush with the ground like this. So to find them, you're going to want to look for a 3-block long hole with a center block kind of deeper in the middle. So something like this. You want to look for this line. So there's one right over here. I believe it's here. I don't know why it's not showing up, but it's definitely there because I have a waypoint there. And that's the one that was naturally spawned in, generated, so it functions. But yeah, so I'll show you what's inside them. So to get inside, you're just going to want to break your way in, either digging through this block so you can get in. Then when you get in, you know, I'll show what happens when you get in, but you'll see these 3 chests. Normally these chests will be unlocked and you can open them, and then there's a second layer, and when these structures are normally functioning in their proper way, they're unbreakable, you cannot break the blocks, the shielding blocks are made of. And then if you come down here, there is a crystal lamp, and there's usually the crystal.pylon or structure controller up there. And then you break it, and you can open these. Yep. Then so this is the burrow. This is the crystal burrow. Actually, no, that's the crystal burrow. This is the crystal shrine. This one, when you spawn it in, you do not need to specify a color. Why can't I get in? There. So you'll find them. There'll be a big glowing ball in the middle, and then once you break that big glowing ball, you can collect these crystals and these runes, and then you'll be able to open these loot chests. Once you break the big ball in the middle, you will be able to break the shielding cloak. Same with the other one. Once you break the glowing ball in it, you will be able to harvest the shielding blocks it's made out of. This one you're going to want to dig up the shielding cloak. You will need it for later. And collect the loot chests, because they're actually quite useful, as they have quite a bit of storage space in one block, so you'll want to keep those. Then this is the desert one. Normally it spawns, so it's kind of, the sand covers the top here, and then there's a sand block down there, and then there's sand blocks on top of that. So from using journey map, you can't really see much because sand, but there's one. I found one way. I did kind of look for them. There's a desert up here. I went all through that desert. I was unable to find a single one, but down here, where is it? Here, this way. Keep on going. Did I miss it? Oh, here it is. I found one. It's right here. It's this little thing right here. That's the thing. So you pretty much got to go around to the deserts and find them. I'll show you what's inside of them. I'll grab myself a torch. Come down here. So you can see there's a you got some loot chests. There are silverfish spawners, even though these are pig. It says pig, but these are silverfish spawners. There's 4 of them, and then there'll be a way to get down here. Sorry. There'll be a way to get down here to the bottom. There'll be a glowing ball here in the middle. There's also a blaze spawner in here, so you can kind of use this thing to get yourself some blaze powder or whatever, or you can kind of set this up as a blaze spawner. Because it has the blaze spawner in the bottom, you can set one up as your kind of blaze spawner, and you can go and kill them that way. And then it has 4 loot chests. These ones usually have pretty decent loot in them. Then onto the final and biggest structure, the ocean temple. This one won't activate until you get to the middle, so these chests will be locked until you get to the middle part, in which case then you'll be able to open up this part here and then get down, and then you're going to want to come through here. There's chests behind the walls here and here. Then you come here, there's some chests. To let you know, you cannot place torches on the walls of the shielding stone, but on the floor it's fine. On shielding cloak you cannot place torches. So there's 2 chests in here, and this bottom will actually be closed, and when you walk into here it'll open it up and dump you into the cave underneath. These things spawn on the ocean floor and must be above a cave to dump you in when you get in, just because that's what they do. Now I have gone throughout the world and found examples of all of them, so I can show you. So you don't just have to listen to me talk. I will actually be able to show you. Come on, chunk, load in. Come on, load faster. I know you can. Okay, so I can throw these away. For a second I had thought I had accidentally crashed my game. So before I head out and start showing you some stuff, I'm going to grab just some stuff. You know, full diamond armor, whatever. Because I'm going to turn it off peaceful mode so I can show you things such as enemies that might spawn in, as well as a stack of torches for good measure. And now, if you remember before how I said you can find info fragments and just kind of loot chests you find around the world, while you find more loot, what are they called? Info fragments spawn, they generate, there's more of them generate in the ChromatiCraft structure loot chest. So if you really want to go look for a the info fragments, you're going to want to go look for these structures, and I'll show you where. So I do have a waypoint. I could just teleport to it, but why do that when I can just fly over to it? And you can see it is right here. This one was naturally spawned in, so you can see it's exactly that 3-hole area. So you can see it's kind of 3 holes, the one deeper one in the middle. So then you can go down in, and as soon as you walk in, you will get an achievement. So you get the Buried Ruins one and the Secret Burrows one, and we have not gotten any info fragments yet. And you can see these have shielding cracks above them, so you can see this block turned to shielding cracks. You can't never mind that, I just realized I'm in creative mode. Game mode 0, there we go, finally survival mode. But yeah, so you can't dig these. You can't dig the shielding stone blocks. You can dig shielding cracks, so that's how you get down there. And then these chests can open. They spawn with some like early wooden tools, wooden and stone tools, as well as you get wood logs. You can also find crystal shards in there, as well as info fragments. So info fragments are, you get the most of them from these. So you can see we got 2 info fragments in here. Got some wood, got a Lexica Botania, the Botania book. Then got some more stuff. These chests do seem to like the tech guns, hand cannons. And then if you come down here, you'll see there's some text here. This is the gray one. You can see this crystal dot pylon, or the structure controller, whatever you want to call it. Then you got this crystal lamp. The crystal lamp can't be broken. Neither can this. That can be broken, but it doesn't change anything. What you want to do is you want to just kind of break this, and it'll give you some stuff. So it can give you this. It will always give you the Burrow fragment. It has a chance of giving you a info fragment as well. Give me some books. So, yep. And then you can take this crystal lamp. The only reason I can see the name of the crystal energy is because I have gone and found the pylon. I'll explain that next episode, how that kind of works. Then once you break that ball, the glowing ball, the chroma pylon, or I'm going to call it the structure controller, because that's what it's called in the creative inventory. But now once you break that, you can break all of these blocks, and now you can open the chests. Yep. So lots of info fragments, and lots of crystal fragments as well. So just put those away. So I'm actually going to go dump out my inventory. Go to 1. I can just dump some stuff from inventory that I don't need. So I'm going to keep some info fragments, but I'm going to remove most of them. There, I'm going to keep 5 of them. Okay, so then I can come up here. So the next one, I'll show you the crystal, the cavern. I did dig a big, because they spawn underground. The way I found it was I downloaded an X-ray texture pack. You can go find one on your own if you really want to do that. I don't suggest using it in survival. It kind of takes the fun out of it, but it is kind of annoying when you have to go around finding these things, and yeah. So I really hope it doesn't teleport me above the hole. Oh, it didn't. So you can see it's over here. It's not too far away from the area. So these things spawn fairly. They're not too rare. They're rare, but they're not too rare. So this is the hole. I'm in creative mode, so that's fine. Just jump down here. Oh, for a second. I thought my brightness was on high. So you can see there's a cave here, and we got some stuff like this Energized Rock. Sounds like there's a crystal around somewhere. But you see the burrow? There it is. To the right. So these things always spawn open to a cave. They will never just be underground. The opening side of them will always spawn with a hole towards the cave. I did not dig this tunnel. This was just there, so when we walk in here, it's going to make a big bang sound. Then we're going to get the achievement for it, and you can see it's covered in these nice little things. And this is made of shielding cloak that can't be broken. You can mine the crystals and the runes. I do suggest you collect those, but then to open these chests, you're going to want to break the crystal pylon, and then you can get yourself into these chests and do whatever you want. I do suggest taking the loot chests, because again, they store quite a bit. Then I'll empty. Then yeah, so once you break that center area, you can start digging out the shielding cloak. This stuff is very black. It is a very dark black color. It does have a texture to it. So it does have a texture to it. It's just very, very dark. But I do suggest you collect this. You will need lots of it in the future. So collect what you can. Okay, onto the desert burrow. Just kind of going to get rid of some of this. So again, that one gave you this cavern fragment. I don't really know what you can do with them. The fragments you get, like the specialized fragments, but you can't put them inside. You can't put them inside your book, your Chroma Lexicon. I've tried. You can't. So yeah. Now on to the where is it? This one, the desert. There we go. So you can see we're over by that pylon now. So it doesn't shoot me while I'm in there, I'm actually going to break it. There. So again, breaking the structure of the pylon will destroy the thing. It'll no longer be functional. Replacing it back. Oh, that's the wrong block. So placing the block back has a chance of making it active again, but some blocks, when you break, there's certain blocks when you break them and you place them back, you won't be able to do, like, you can't place back these or those or those. But yeah, on to the thing. So I'll set it to easy. So you can see in the desert, the Radiance Bushes spawn. But you can see here's the desert thing, and it's got the 4 holes. It does close up as soon as you get in, so you'll want some sort of light source. So holding the torch, you can see you can't place things on the shielding cloak, or the shielding cobble, but placing it on the shielding stone is completely possible. And you can see there's spiders that spawn in here. And by killing monsters, by killing a hostile monster, you get that progression. I am in creative mode. But you can see, so these loot chests have a decent amount of stuff in them. Just place some more torches so that nothing spawns. You can't get to the spawners, but they're there. And you can see, got some info fragments in here. Got some hearts in there. Some steel chest plates. Some crystal shards. Some more info fragments. Quite a bit of info fragments. More info fragments. Even more info fragments. Lots of info fragments. And then to get down, of course, break the shielding crack, and you'll be greeted to the crystal pylon. Then, and you can see we got some blazes. Now I break that, and you can start breaking your shielding stone. Get rid of the silverfish. So you can see the blazes spawn in here. But But yeah, so you can kind of use this place. You can kind of use that the desert burrow to farm blazes. So I'm turning this back to peaceful, so I don't have to deal with them. And you can, once you break the crystal, the structure controller, or the crystal pylon in the middle, you can get access to these chests down here. And there's nothing else in here other than those chests. But once you break the crystal pylon, you can actually place torches on the walls now. Then you can see we can get into these chests, and these chests generally have good loot. So they have treasures, diamonds, steel, iron, and lots of info fragments. You want to collect as many info fragments as you possibly can. You want to collect all the info fragments. And then, yep, so this is the desert one. To get out, you're going to have to nerd pull up. Then the last one, the ocean one. Where is it? I did find another ocean. I found 2 of them, actually, but I just put some night vision potions in there, but I don't think we'll need them because I can just do that. So the thing is down here. I'll turn it to day. So you might not be able to see it, but there it is, kind of the L shape. Now, is this the one? Yeah, this one's buried under gravel. But that's okay, because I found another one. So the entrances here are buried under gravel. That's not going to impede your progress, but I did find another one that might be a bit better for showing you. So yeah, you can see you got these nice crystal spikes from Geostrata. You can come in here on this end. So you got these, where's the chest? You got this chest here that you can't open until the structure is activated. The structure will activate once you head over to the center area here. See? It's now been activated, and you can go into these chests, and the chest down here. You got this chest here, so you can, once you get in here, you're going to want to break these shielding cracks and come through here, and you can see you got these nice runes. I again can't place torches on the walls, only on the floor in certain spots. They kind of change color. The colors kind of change on these things. But yeah, so then the entrances, there's an entrance here to the center area, and only one entrance? I thought there was multiple cracks. There's only one hole. But then you kind of go around the center kind of area here. Again, you got yourself 2 chests that can't be opened until you break the crystal pylon in the middle. You come through here, you got shield and cloak. And when you come over here, you got some more chests. But as soon as you get there, it will dump you down into the cave underneath. In which case, this thing has mistaken one of these one of these Railcraft abyssal stone balls for as a cave, but it still dumps you down. It still almost killed you. If I wasn't wearing any armor, that would most likely kill me. Then I can't get back up there, so I actually have to go around. I'm not going to break the cloak for a couple of reasons, because when I first tried to record this episode, I broke it anyway. I had accidentally broken through the bottom of there, and that broke the structure, as I wasn't able to break the crystal pylon, but I should be able to now. So place something underneath so you can kind of not fall through, and kind of cover the whole bottom, cover all of it. Creative mode, just kind of get some blood. So you'll probably use cobblestone for this if you're in survival, but cover the bottom so you won't fall through, and so your items that you get from the crystal pylon won't fall through. Then break that, and you can see it attempts to dump you, but it can't. It was unable to dump you. And then you can see this structure has the most loot in it. You can see it's got all sorts of stuff. Staff of Traveling, steel chest plates, info fragments, all sorts of stuff. And then you can see the stuff back here. We got some more stuff in these chests. So these the ocean ones definitely by far have the most. So I'm surprised we haven't got any info fragments for them yet, for anything yet, but that's okay. And you can come down here, and you'd think it would give us something about the structures, but apparently not. There is kind of another structure I have to show you. It is over here in this village. So in villages, there are attempts. You can find a structure that might look like this, or it might look like a black crystalline stone structure, but it's all broken. It's got water pouring down it. I wasn't able to find one of those, but I found this one. You can go inside of it, and it's got some stuff. It's got a reference to the villager news, I think. Your thing is weird now. It's my house now, villager 19. Like the villagers with numbers. I think that was the villager news videos that I watched as a kid, or other people did. Those were good. But yeah, what you want to do, this actually has progression hidden behind it. What you want to do is do that, or break the crafting table actually, so you can access the chest. Then open the chest. There you go. You get the achievement, and this has some decent loot in it. Yeah, these things aren't that rare, but kind of required. So you get a progression called a less than honorable attempt, and then that's about it. So what else do I have to do? Let's see here. I'm gonna go back to the thing. So those are the structures you can find. All useful. They all have great loot in them. Got info fragments. That's the important part, is that they have info fragments in them. And you can see, apparently somewhere, we have not unlocked any new flowers, but apparently somewhere somewhere along the line, we have unlocked this fluid stone. I think you unlock this once you get into the ocean temple. But yeah. Let's just get the book back. Recovery. There. So I still have some stuff to show you. You can see I kind of have these things set up here. Like I got the shielding glass, shielding cobble, shielding cloak, shielding moss, and the... Wait a minute. What? How? You know what? Never mind. But I do have some more stuff to show you. It's not too much, just a couple things. So first I'll talk about these unknown artifacts. So you can just find them underground. They are very rare. But you just find them kind of one block underground, and they give off a particle effect, kind of like what you see here, except when they're underground you can see this particle effect through the ground. The best way to show this is by going over to this unknown artifact thing here, where the ChromatiCraft adds these special bees that I have to empty them and do this. I have to set up the bees again because they've been going for a bit. But yeah, just never mind. Just ignore everything I took out of there. The special thing about these bees is that they can generate them as if they were spawned into the world. So I'm trying to use the bees to spawn them in to kind of showcase. I need to replace this and this. Good. So if this takes too long, I'll probably cut out waiting when I edit the video. I'll cut out waiting for it. While they're doing this, actually, I can show you the data node. What I'm pretty much waiting for them to do is spawn one of the artifacts underground, they do that. I can just empty my inventory. Then go back here. Then, so these warp nodes, they're kind of rare, and they don't do much, but you can find them up in the sky. There used to be one way over there, but I had accidentally broken it. But what you want to do is, to use them, they require a tool that called the Elemental Manipulator. I will show you how to craft that next episode. It's not hard at all, but you pretty much want to right click on it. It'll make a sound. Then we're at this one. So by clicking on it with the Elemental Manipulator, it will activate it and it will bring you to the nearest one. Or it has a chance to. Or including ones that no longer exist. While I was making the tutorial, I had some here and I was playing around with them, and apparently the game still thinks they're there. So same with the one that's over there where the mountain was. So like if I come over at this one, activate it. No? Oh, there we go. So, yep, apparently it still thinks it should teleport me over there. But, so that's the warp nexus. Doesn't do much, but can teleport you, so that's cool. I'm going to turn the rain off. And go back to the artifact to see if it has spawned in any. No? It doesn't seem to have spawned any, so I think I'm going to cut the video here and wait until one has spawned in the ground. And so I'm going to do that. So after waiting for quite a while, I was unable to get the bees to spawn one of the things in the ground. I know for a fact they do, but here, so I figured out a way to show you the particle effect that could be seen through the ground. So if you ever see, like you're walking along in the world and in the ground you kind of see, underneath the ground you kind of see a particle effect that looks like that, dig under the ground and you will dig under the ground in where you see the particle effect, and you will find one of the crystal, one of the what is it called, one of the artifacts. So that's what the particle effect looks like. It can be seen through the ground. If you're wondering why I didn't just place one underground, is because if you place one artificially, it doesn't actually do the proper particle effect. Oh, and now it's gone off, so I had good timing apparently. So I can now go back to this area and show you them. So the particle effect before, if you see that just like underneath the grass and you dig down to it, you will find one of these. I need my book back. There we are. So I'm just going to go into survival here. Grab some pickaxes. So you can just dig these things up with the pickaxe, and you'll get a bunch of these unknown fragments. And these aren't very useful. They don't really have any uses. Clicking U did nothing but lag out my game there for a second. I tried using the fortune pickaxe, but like using a pickaxe with fortune on it doesn't seem to make a difference about how many you get. But what does make a difference is using silk touch. And by using silk touch, you get a progression for that, and you get these artifacts. Now, you can do some things with them. The only things you can do with them is kind of give it to villagers, and they'll give you a bunch of emeralds. But by holding them in your inventory, they kind of knock you around a little bit, and they kind of damage you. But if you get a lot in your inventory, it gets a bit more violent, the effect on you. So we were just struck by lightning there. Let's give ourselves a bunch. So you can see it's just hurting us now. We're being struck by lightning, and we're being launched everywhere. But I think we can do better than that. Just throw some of this out. So you can see it's really hurting us now, and it's really flinging us around. Some more lightning there. Just because there wasn't enough before. But there's even more. So now we're pretty much going to space. But I can do better than that. Let's put everything away and fill our entire inventories full. So if we were in survival, this would have completely killed us by then. But now our inventories are completely full. And, well, we're going to space. Up we go. And we just go even further. Let's get rid of those. Down through the clouds. There we go. So that's what the ancient artifacts do. It's nothing much, but it's kind of fun. I don't know what else you can use them for. I don't know what you can do with the fragments. I don't know what actual uses they have, but if I figure out in the future, I'll tell you. And then, so now we have these hives. There's two different types of hives. There's the pure hive and crystal hive. These are completely useless if you don't have forestry installed, so make sure to install that. And when you find them, normally they have a crystal of some sort on top. And I should have middle mouse those. No, it doesn't matter, because if I need to come back to this map, I have a backup. But yeah, so what you can do is you can just mine it with a pickaxe. That didn't happen. Hey, please ignore that. You can mine them with a pickaxe. The forestry scoop does nothing. It will not give you bees, but you can read the tooltip on the side if you feel like it. But you can dig that up, and that does unlock an info fragment for us, I believe. Come on. Oh, I know. Creative mode. I don't know if in survival the recovery thing works quite like that. Yeah, the recovery thing doesn't work like that. I think you need to have info fragments on you. Yeah, I don't understand exactly how to work the recovery thing, but it does things. In creative mode, it literally just gives you the thing back. But it should have given us the thing for bees. Apparently not. Apparently it didn't give us it, but that's fine. But yeah, so mining it with a diamond pickaxe gives you just mining with the pickaxe gives you a crystal drone and a crystal princess, and of course that can be used in one of the beehives in a forestry. And then what you really want to do is you can mine it with the fortune pickaxe, and that'll give you 2 drones. And then the pure hives, you get for normal pickaxe, it's 1 pure drone, 1 pure princess, but with the diamond fortune, with the fortune pickaxe, you get multiple. And again, normally they spawn with crystals on top. And I don't really know if that makes a difference. So, seems like it. It's like, yeah, no, it doesn't. Never mind. But yeah, so those are the hives. You can pretty much mine them, and that's about it. But you can use these bees later in the game for many things, such as spawning in the what's it called again? The thing, the ancient artifacts. You can make the whatever they're called, the bees, whatever type of bee it's called. But you can use them to spawn those in and get artifact pieces, so you can do that. But the last thing in this episode I'm going to show you is this. It's called the data node. But this is called the ancient data node, and what you want to do is you want to take an elemental manipulator, go up to it, and just hold down right click. And it will do a thing. It'll have this nice beam that shoots up into a sky, and it'll shoot out the crystal that was in it, the memory crystal, and you pick that up. Do we get an artifact? Do we get an info fragment? Apparently not, but yeah, you can take this memory crystal. When you right click it, please don't crash game. Oh, it's not responding. Oh, please don't crash Minecraft. That won't be good. Please don't crash. Ah, there it goes. Puzzle generation failed. Please restart your client. This pretty much, it generates a puzzle. I will have more on that later, but apparently it wants me to restart my game because it was unable to generate the puzzle properly. But you get this thing, you can do a puzzle in it way later on in the game. I actually will show you what you can do with this crystal. Does it show here? Here, glowing towers. The pylons. Yes, the data nodes are super rare. I have been unable to find them no matter how far I traveled. That when I spawned in. Yeah, come over here to the towers. So the pylons are not only the only luminous constructs you find around the world. The purpose these obelisks serve is entirely unknown. But they must be the key of doing something. You can pretty much, what you can do with this is pretty much you can come to the bottom of a pylon here, and you can do this. You hold right click, and it takes a while. That little bar in the bottom fills up. And it plays a little sound, and then you have this pylon network node. I don't exactly know what to use this for, but that's what you can do with this thing, as well as it has a puzzle in here for you to do way later on in the game. So yes, I think that's it for this episode. I have covered pretty much all the Worldgen things that I can think about so far. Next episode, I'll be starting early crafting and some early kind of crafting stuff like that, as well as I'll kind of explain the certain progression with the pylons. But yeah, so that'll all be next episode. So it's the end of this episode. So thank you for watching. Hopefully you watch this video to the end, and hopefully you watch the next one.